Good morning to you.
Thank you for having me.
And we also have Mr. Darlington Akpabio, public affairs commentator. We're good to have you join us as well.
Yeah, Moses, and good morning too. Please, before you proceed, I want to say something. I want to use this opportunity to tell my fans and all OAPs to stop addressing me in a particular format. That is, bad will suffice. Whenever the need arises, I will let you know.
All right then.
Yes, please don't address me again as Barry.
Thank you very much for clearing that, for saying that. You know, he did tell me that he wanted to make that announcement, so his fans would hear from him. Oh well. Now, Wale Shadari. Ebonyi Airport is in focus, but we have other airports in Nigeria. We have about 30 airports in Nigeria, and we know that those that really make the money are about 5 of them. You know, and some would wonder why the interest in building airports, and what is the radius that airports should be within, one and another. About, I think 1.5 trillion naira approximately has been spent so far on airports. Now let's look at a few of them and the published figure here. Ogun State, the cargo airport, it's a cargo airport. And well, I'd like us to talk about differences. Cargo airport, is that a bad thing? But I'll come back to you for that one. Okay. Ogun State builds we have $800 million was what was estimated to have been spent building that airport in Ogun State. Now, the airport we took as our focus, that's the Akpabio International Airport, Ebonyi State. We have 63 billion naira. Bayelsa International Airport, 60 to about 70 billion naira. Nasarawa State Airport, 40 billion. Dutse International Airport, 20 billion. Ekiti State Agro-Allied Airport, 20 billion naira now. Victor Atta International Airport in Akwa Ibom, about 25 billion naira. Can they reduce fares when Jet A1 is expensive? But I'll come back to you. Mr. Agomor,
yes.
Now talk to us.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on this, really?
The major reason why you are hearing and seeing... Sorry?
No, I wanted to ask you, when was the last time you used one of the airports and, your...
Is it about me or the airport?
Pardon?
Is it about me or the airport?
No, the airport, please. Go ahead.
Even if I have all the money, I won't even try it. No, seriously, it's like throwing away money. I didn't steal any money. So when you see people paying 4 million, 5 million for first class, you now ask yourself, where did the money come from? Anyway, that, by the way, the major reason why you are seeing and hearing all this is politics. Every governor that wants to win the heart of the people will start such a white elephant project. And they know they will not finish it. They know. They don't want to put it there, either for electoral purpose or whatever. That of Ebonyi, I know what Dave Umahi did there. There was this time that Buhari promised him that he will hand over to him as the president. And so, this man started all the projects he was doing and all that. The first thing I asked myself, I said, come, where did Dave Umahi get all this money? Because that time they were praising him for what he was doing. What is the IGR of Ebonyi? What's their population? It didn't add up. It did not add up at all. It did not. So, apparently, somebody wanted to deceive him. And that's why he was singing the praises of Buhari that time. At the end of the day, what happened? The people disposable income of people. There's no two ways about it. That Ebonyi airport, in the next 100 years, I don't think it will take off. Because the population is not there, the market is not there. The disposable income of people is not there. So why do you always do things the wrong way? Just for your own selfish interest. Not for the interest of the people. The aviation editor here now says something. That in London, you have over 60 million traffic of human beings. What is the population of London? I mean, UK, totally. What's the population? That will tell you that it has to do with what? Your cash flow. Do you have the disposable income? Do you have the outside capital? No. So why put up such a thing when you know that here it is not viable? Channel that money or that, resources into better use for the people. These governors, they don't study their environment. They don't look at what the people need, what they need, what is uppermost in their mind. That's why they fail. If they call Dave Umahi now, come and explain why you did all these things now. Can you explain it? Now, churches have been renting the place, renting the airport to go and do prayer vigil. Churches are now renting that airport to do prayer vigil.
Well, the commissioner for aviation said, well, that is not true, that it was...
Well, you such a thing happen in an airport that is busy. Hold on. In an airport that is viable and busy, can you see such a thing? How many times did you see it at MM2? That people will come in the morning to take flight and other. People will be somewhere praying and clapping hands. It's because nothing is happening there. Nothing.
Well,
they rented it out. Somebody collected money for those people to be there. They rented it out.
I'm not sure you have the facts.
Well, yes.
About that.
I wish we had a commissioner.
How could they do that?
Okay.
I wish we had a commissioner, so that she could speak for the government, of Ebonyi State. We also see prayer sessions held in the White House, and even in Aso Rock. Yeah, so praying is a way of life. Let me come back to you, Wale. You said, I'm trying for us to situate it within the economy of Nigeria. Okay. United States has a population of 342.9 million at last count. Yes. Accurate, Yeah. Now they have in total 19,482 airports.
Yeah.
The whole of United States.
Okay. Let me. Okay.
With over 45,000 flights per day. Yeah. Just not outside United States, just within.
Yes.
But here we are struggling with a population of 230 million. Some say we could do more than that. Probably 250 or even more. And now we are struggling with just 31, 32 airports. Now, how does that feed into? Because Mosid said something like airports bringing development. Yeah. Of course, there will be ancillary businesses, Absolutely. They're going to have suppliers. Absolutely. They're going to have pilots. They're going to have hotels spring up around airports. What is the difficulty in Nigeria? Why is the aviation industry not growing as our population grows?
Yes, thank you. The growth of aviation industry is not necessarily about the population. It's about so many factors, in the sense that what are the things that are going to drive your aviation industry, the airport growth? There must be a lot of activities around it. Let me cite an example. The United Arab Emirates is less than 10 million, but that airport is one of the busiest airports, if not the busiest airport in the world, with over 100 million people targeted. I think the last count was about 80-something million. The people, there are so many activities that they've created around Dubai, UAE, that attract people into that country. You have tourism. One of their tourism is about the best. In fact, at the moment, tourism is the highest revenue earner for UAE and most of the Arab countries. And most of these tourist sites are artificially created, compared to ours that is natural. But how do you go to a country that you have security challenges? We have not even marketed our tourism in a way that we attract people. There are so many tourist sites that I've visited, and I open my mouth and say, so this thing exists in this country. You go to Obunike Cave or something, what I don't know the name they call it, Obunike, yes.
In Anambra.
You go to Ekiti, you see the Kogo Sea. You go to Cross River, you see the, what's it called now? Obudu. Beautiful site. You go to the
Yankari. No, you have the Arugungu.
Yes, Arugungu. So many things that are created, that should have been allowed people to come. Tourism. A lot of people come to this country, but they don't come for tourism, they come for business. And because of the way, the news we hear every day, 20 killed, 30 killed, so a lot of people are scared. I was in Brazil for IATA AGM last month, and when we got to a conference, we started talking about our country, and the man said, I had to kill people every day, even in the streets of Lagos. I was even trying to do the marketing that Nigeria is safe, but yes, you can come to Nigeria, but it becomes very difficult with the type of things the media churns out, the things that happen every day for people to come into the country. So we also have a role to play as the media, to project the country in a light that, we attract people to come. So when you look at all those factors, they are not there. The economy has tanked over the years. So how do people come? It's only the rich that can fly.
It's only the rich that can fly.
Over there, you even have options. You can go by rail fast train. You can go by buses, by the good road.
Yeah, they still have this number of airports.
Yeah, and they still have this number.
Talking about the factors.
So in the US is the biggest aviation market at the moment, with over 800 million traffic, followed by China. So a lot of people will bring you to any city in the US. So they must have airports. In fact, there are smaller airports. There are also general aviation. There's also general aviation. What I mean by general aviation, people have their small aircraft and they fly. They fly themselves, they fly their families. So it's really thriving. Where do we have that in Nigeria? So these are the factors that have not made our aviation to grow. We also talk about taxes. There are too many taxes in the aviation industry that is even preventing people from
about
traveling.
14 or 20 something.
About 12.
I don't think we really touched on, the Ministry of Aviation and FAN here. I mean, we can't exonerate them from all of this. What are some of those policy frameworks that are not being since. I mean, we've established that.
Like this in wonder shall never Jesus. Yes, concerning this issue of this airport, how politicians use airport to project for political ambition, you understand? So most of these politicians, they use this airport to siphon billions out of the system. You understand? You understand? At least a country is a country where they work. You understand? A system where they work. You understand? Before you build airports, airport, you understand? You check what the people want. You understand? Before you build airport, at least to build airport now it is important. But I mean, what the people want first? What that state want? What they lack? You will first do that one first, because airport now. Because if cities don't get what they do, if cities don't get what they give the money, how they want to afford airport, how they want to afford plane. They don't feel afford plane. You understand me? So most of all these politicians, most of all these governors, you understand? Now, they use all those money they loot money. Then when I person, this is what they loot money. Okay, if they start the airport now to finish and I go with problem. To finish go with problem. You see one airport, they don't spend how many years. They don't touch on. They call the rent a heart. Which is very bad. So our politicians, no. They are very wicked. They are very wicked people. They don't have the art of, they don't have the art of the man or the citizen's mind. As in, they don't get art from the citizen.